Hello, welcome.
So, as promised, we are back with the answer to the question we posed yesterday. Are we or are we not in a housing market crisis?
Can I interrupt you for a quick minute
Mm-hmm.
though? We're gonna give everybody just a second to get in here because we just went live. So we'll give everybody just a minute to get in. Sometimes
I know,
have a
actually,
little
I'm
trouble.
early.
Yeah, we're a little early, so give them a second. All right. So uh, while we're waiting, we will back to what Christina was saying. The question that we were talking about that a lot of people wanted to know is this a housing crisis? What's going on? You know, because we've been in housing crises before, and a lot of it is based on the economy and so many factors. So we've been through it before. Fortunately, we've all survived it, and so we'll get into it today, and we'll actually just give you the facts on it too. Not so much as just opinions and things like that. We do have an opinion on it, which we'll share that too. But we'll give you the facts too.
And if you
So,
have a question, put it in the comments and we'll work on getting that answer
oh
for our
yeah,
next episode.
okay, yeah, yeah, definitely throw a question in there. We might be able to answer it real quick if you have it too. All right.
Yeah, we got one right now. Are you in real estate? Yes. Yes, we are.
Yeah.
Sean's been in real estate for almost 20 years.
Yeah.
And I've been in it for 6.
Yeah. Yeah. Licensed for that amount of time. Actually, a second generation investor. Also, my father was an investor, and that's what got me into it. I was in engineering, but we went over to full time real estate. That's all we do.
Okay, so let's get to the program. We're going to discuss 6 reasons why we can look at the market and show that it's not going to be a housing crisis. Today, we're going to discuss the first reason. And if you look at the appreciation value of homes, if we go back to the last housing crisis, we saw a big range of appreciation. And I actually have a little graph here that discusses the years from 2000 to 2005, and we can see a huge range of appreciation from 6.5% all the way up to 12.5%.
And that was year over year over year of growth.
Mm-hmm.
So with homes going up by what was it, 6.5
to 12.5
to 12.5% every year. Yeah, that's a lot of appreciation there.
It is. So when things appreciate that high and that fast, we call that a bubble.
Right.
And from experience, we know what happens with housing bubbles.
Bust.
Right? So then we can look at the 6 years leading up to now. But before we do that, Sean.
Yeah, so before we look at like the 6 years leading up to right now, just wanted to know if you do have a question and it's a little bit more of a personal nature regarding real estate, send us send us a private message and we'll answer that. Otherwise, if you want to, put it in the public messages, we can answer that too, because we are here to help you with your real estate goals. So let's take a look at that. So we saw what was happening before, right?
Mm-hmm.
Appreciation just shooting up 6 to 12%. So what's going on in the last 6 years? How are we looking now?
So in the last 6 years, we didn't even reach 6.5%. So looking again, 2014 to 2019, the highest we got was 6.4, but all the other years it was lower. So looking at this trend, it doesn't mirror the previous trend of high appreciation. And tomorrow we'll discuss reason number 2,
mm-hmm.
why we know that we're not in a housing market crisis.
Right, right. So this is good. And again, obviously we're not prophets, we can't look into the future, but we can look and see what the past has taught us, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we're taking those hard data facts, we're processing them, and we're giving that to you so you can understand and you can make good decisions. Okay? So that's that. Now, there was one other question that we got that I wanted to answer. We actually got it yesterday, and it was right after our Facebook Live, so it didn't get into the questions there.
Mm-hmm.
We have a investor, and this investor wanted to know, they bought a property, and they were thinking about knocking it down and building a new home right there in that area. So they were wondering, is it a good idea to do that now, today in 2020? We're talking about it's May, right? So is that a good idea? Well, it depends on a few things. So number one, when you think about the real estate market, you're talking about the next 6 months. Okay. When you talk about the real estate market, it is measured in 6 month increments, right? So that's just something for you to know. Housing value, okay? Housing volume, I should say. So if you're going to build a property, can you get it built in the next 6 months? Because right now, the real estate market is very healthy, right? There's a lot of demand. Homes are still selling if they're priced properly. So if you can get that home built and priced properly, and get it built rather quickly, then yes, it is good to do it. That thing's going to sell. It's going to fly off the handle. So those
Right,
are some
'cause
things.
we're seeing a lot of pent up demand. Houses are actually going really fast right now because there's people out there who couldn't buy for the last 2 months.
Right, that's true.
So there is some pent up demand.
Yeah.
And
Give the example about the Twining property.
so we put that up, and it was in the middle of
That was about how long ago?
The beginning of April.
Okay.
And so that's the middle of this coronavirus.
So that home got listed for sale. It's in the $250,000 price range.
Mm-hmm. And within 7 days, thanks to doing virtual showings and things like that, doing what we could since we couldn't allow access to the property, we got a full priced offer.
Yeah.
So that really showed us that, and there were several offers coming in.
We got multiple full price offers.
Yeah.
No, actually, we got a full price, and was the other one just under or something?
No, they were both full price.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. They
Yeah.
were both full price, right? So, but one just would have better terms. So the market is still healthy. If you like to sell your home, it's still pretty healthy.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
so,
and I would suggest if they could get the house built within 4 months, that would be the best, because then when you start getting closer towards winter, it does slow down as far as people on the market.
Yeah.
So things like that.
The amount of buyers go down.
So people go for it if you can get it done in 4 months.
Knock it out. All right. Well, that's us for today. What are we talking about again tomorrow?
Reason number 2. And it'll be at the same time, 1 o'clock tomorrow. Hope to see you there.
All right. Hope we answered your questions. We'll talk to you then.